Welcome everybody. Welcome to the glorious house of gains for trading here today. And for what we see is now GPJPY is slowly trying to move up. And I think in really good terms, looks like GPJPY is trying to continue back up towards, what's this price here? 135.770, which is going to be around what? In the 20 pip range. Yep, we could do that. We could say that maybe JPY is now trying to continue up to maybe retest this area, which it broke in London session. See here after London Open, we kind of broke down and continued down. So let's take a look at the Forex factory over here. Actually, let's take a look at the, there was nothing, there's CAD news later on, CAD GPI. There was nothing in the London session that really made it punch up. So I think it's gonna, like, once we break above this area here around 630, 640, we're continuing up towards 135, 770. Yep, I think that's going to be the deal for today. We're going to continue up towards 135, 770. So stop should be at like 135, 520. And then I think a good take profit would be at 135, 770. Just gotta chill out. Just gotta chill and wait. We got like 9 minutes left for this 15-minute candle to close. If this candle closes bullish or if it breaks above the high, I think it's gonna continue moving up. So that's something I was watching while I was setting up my system here. Hello, can you help me with this one? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this chart. This is USD CAD. Can we take this as a fake out? Yes. And sell if the support break? Yes. That's absolutely correct. So this move up was a fake out. I think you can clearly see that on the 1 hour time frame. GPJPY is setting up very, very nicely, man. If this candle closes bullish, I'm going to be in favor of it coming up. But if we break below the support, then it's going to come down to retest the low it created at 133.320. Hey, good morning. Caught 24 pips off that drop on GJ, but it continues back up. Is that considered a fake out? No, not really. I think it's going to be like a retracement to come up towards 135.790. Wow, look at that daily. Daily needed some sort of retracement, I guess, from all that move up. I mean, it needed to retap into 135 300s, 135 400s, because that was a very, very strong area. That price was just not breaking. You can see last month here, price kind of like went all the way up towards 136 and came all the way back down, right? This is what the daily candle has done here again, you know, in this month. So this month, when it comes to a close in about what 5-6 days, it needs to stay above 135 320 so that price can continue on towards 137 and all the way towards up to 138. So these are going to be very important levels that I'm going to be watching for price to come up to. But it needs to respect this area on the daily time frame and continue moving up, because essentially price just made a high on the daily candle. Now it's coming down and then potential to continue back up again. Euro pairs are really, really bullish. I mean, I woke up this morning, I look at the euro, I'm like, God damn. So just continuing bullish here. Maybe was it the quantitative easing that they were talking about with the euro or what it was, but it's approaching this really, really strong resistance at 124. We were talking about this since this Sunday webinar, like when we did the analysis on Euro JPY, that it would continue back up because we had clean candles here to the left. Once the support was formed, it was just like waiting time for price to continue moving, and didn't even retrace a lot, just made higher lows, higher highs. This was a perfect trend. I think it was like 180 pips. Damn. All right, back to GJ. GJ is continuing bullish over here. Yeah, think it's going to continue on bullish. We shall continue from 37 all the way up to 135.77. This is in a 14-15 pip range. Yeah, this Friday we're gonna have Nick Sean as a guest. So if you look on the 30 minute has broken the high of the previous 30-minute candle, right? Plus we have clean candles here to the left. So this increases the probability of price to continue up towards 135.77. Right? Now the probability is really high for price to continue moving bullish. Can I get some feedback on this trade, which was profitable, but should I have waited for buys? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. Secured half positions too early as I got nervous. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. This made sense. I mean, the sells made sense. You had sells, you profited. It was pretty good. Candles were making lower highs and lower lows. I mean, if price continued to go back up afterwards, then it is what it is, right? So you took sells, you profited on sells, and then, you know, price went up. Do market makers use MT4 or MT5? None. They use neither, actually. What if I told you that market makers do not exist? What if I told you that? That market makers are just in your imagination. The market makers are like the boogeyman. You know, we all heard about them. We all heard that they stop you out, they do stop punch, they do this and that, they do all these shady stuff, but what if I told you they don't exist? They don't care for your $100, they don't care for my $1,000, or they don't care for Paul's $100,000, you know? I think, see, you got a boogeyman now playing Dota here at the bottom left corner, you see on the screen. Only YouTube can see it. Euro recovery deal is a go, 80% high-tech algo. Okay, recovery deal. They're making a deal to recover the euro, which kind of like euro has strong upside, tailwinds. Yeah, technically it made sense to come up towards 124. I'm not sure how it made sense on the fundamental side, but I looked at it from a technical perspective and it made perfect sense for it to continue up towards 124. Alright, GPJPY is giving a lot of chances to entry. A lot of chances to entry. And I think it's going to continue up towards 135.77. How do you place your stop loss? Are they visual? Yes. So basically, normally, what I would do is I'd place my stop below this candle. So like, let's say if the entry is going to be right over here, the stop is going to be below the current candle. This is where the stop loss is going to be, and then we're anticipating price to continue up towards, you know, 135.77. Would you not enter at the break of the 30-minute? No. I'm gonna wait for this 15-minute to close here. Yeah, for 15 minutes, I mean, if 15 minute does respect this area, then there's a very high chance we're gonna continue to go up, you know. But if it breaks this area, then, like, you know, it might continue down to retest the low it created. Right here. So these are two things that are running through my mind right here. Do you always trade 10 pips per trade? Yes, I trade 10 pips per trade. Can you tell me something about the third candle on the left? I can't tell you anything about any candles, man. You need to send a chart. Can you tell me about the third candle on the left? Third candle left on what pair? Damn. Oh, I forgot it's the gulag. Yeah, by the way this candle is closing, it's not closing a strong, oh, there you go. Now it's closing back like a strong candle. All right, perfect. We got 1 minute left for this candle to close. In 1 minute, it needs to close just the way it is over here. How big is this stop going to be? This is going to be like a, almost like a 10 pip stop, right? Okay, makes sense. Let's take an entry right here. Got a 10 pip stop, got our take profit right at, 135.77, and it's a go. It's a go time. First trade of the morning, stress-free trading, got a stop loss down at the bottom of this candle, got a TP at 135.77, and hey, I think, since we broke the highs over here, since this candle is about to close a bullish, strong bullish candle, all systems are punching towards the skies over here. So I think this should be a very good opportunity. Imagine this hit stop loss. Oh my God. Yeah, that's sounds like a good call. Same trade. Oh, nice. Yeah, let's see what happens. At the same time, I'm going to be very cautious about, closing my position early if it starts to continue down a little bit more, because, at the same time, you have to really maintain risk. Okay, okay, perfect. Should continue up towards this area and then continue up towards 135.77. I think it's going to be a very good thing for GPJPY to do. Top of the morning, guys. How you guys feel about taking any trades with the yen pairs due to bank holiday? When we talk about JPY bank holiday, I think it's really important to talk about when is JPY in session, right? JPY is in session in the Asian session, and this is not the Asian session. This is the New York session. So in New York session, the yen is closed anyway, right? So it doesn't matter if it's a yen holiday or not. Yen is still closed. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, because the banks are already closed at this time. Can you have a look at this trade? All right, let's take a look at this chart. Okay, so candle closed below. Okay, so you entered a sell, opened a trade at this candle, trade got stopped out. Okay, yeah, it got stopped out. I think it was a probability. It was a probability. Now what you got to see is now you got to go into the smaller time frames. I can see the time over here. It was in 6 minutes. Within 6 minutes, no, 6 minutes were left for this candle to close. So maybe on the 15 minute, price gave you opportunities to close early, or take some risk off. So you need to look at those things. Sometimes, it's going to be the probability. Probability is going to be on the side that, okay, maybe it's not going to be on your side, like the trade is going to look perfect. I mean, like this, right? It looks perfect. We had a huge move down. We created like a minor support. We bounced off of a strong support. Candle broke the high over here. This candle also kind of like broke the high, so it should continue up towards 135.77, right? The probability, there's a high probability that should happen, but there's also a negative probability. There's also a small chance that price may not respect this area and may continue moving down. It may not happen. So when those things happen, something that you can't explain, I think it's very important to drop down to the smaller time frames to see how you could have managed that position well, how you could have reduced the risk. Like, for example, now if this 15-minute candle breaks the high of the previous 15-minute candle right over here, if it breaks the high, it has a little bit, but I want it to break it a little bit. If it breaks it a little bit more, and then afterwards, if price starts to come down and break this low, then I'm going to close 50% of my position. Right? Because I always have to think about how can I make my loss smaller. Like if price hits my stop loss, I'm going to lose like what, 10 pips, but I always going to make sure that, okay, I'll make sure I'll lose less, than 10 pips, you know, not more than that. So that's what my daily goal is. Every day I try to make sure how can I keep my losses small, because I'm increasing my lot sizes. And whenever you increase your lot sizes, you should always think about how to keep losses small. Will you trade tomorrow with yen closed? Yes, because it doesn't make a difference. Waiting for retest or breakout of the zone. It is at daily resistance, so sells present themselves. Buys above here with a 10 pip mark, sells below the support. Yeah, I think your JPY, I think you'll need to see a much higher candle confirmation for sells. I mean, if we look left here, over here on your JPY, let's just reanalyze these zones, right? We have this resistance here on your JPY, and then we have this kind of like a support on your JPY, right? So let's take a look at that information on the 1 hour time frame. So this is where we at, right? So above 123,400, you know, so this was a support on the 1 hour, and this is some sort of like a resistance on the 1 hour. So basically this is like a range. So your JPY right now, it's entered a range, right? This is a range. So this is a support it's creating right here, and now it moved up over here. So, you know, it's entering a range. What do you think about gold? What do you think about buying gold to 1865? Yeah, man, I think that's a great idea. 1865, you want to buy gold till there? Beautiful. Do it. See, okay, right now, price has broken the high over here. Now I'm constantly thinking about what am I going to do if price comes down and breaks this 15-minute candle low. Oh, wow, look at that, man. Beautiful. BEA, beautiful. Approaching target. At this point, I think the stops should be at break even, and I think we should just let price run till TP probably going to be at like 135, 730. Yeah, it's going to be around like 10 pips. At 10 pips, I'm probably going to secure positions. But if it comes down to my entry point, I'm going to close 50% if it comes down to my entry. Let's take a look at gold over here. Ooh. Gold is approaching a strong resistance at 1861. I'm using my data for stable internet. Isn't that retarded? Man, Vince, you got to move from Markham to move to like Mississauga or Milton, man. China confirms that U.S. has asked Beijing to shut its consulate in Houston within the next 72 hours, calls it unprecedented escalation, which is outrageous and unjustified. Oh, wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. There are big things happening between China and the U.S. Wow, yuan slumps after China threatens. That's pretty crazy. Woke up late. What did I miss? Nothing really. Just in a GPJPY buy over here. Wanted to come up a little bit more so that I can just close my trades. I'm up about like 6 pips over here. So I still think it can come up towards, 135, 730, 135, 77. I think that those are really good targets. Are your stops at break even? I don't think so. Not right now. They're not at break even right now. But if price comes down towards my entry, I'm going to close 50% off my position at that point. Because if it comes down to entry, then it can continue down lower, So if I'm going to go in a drawdown, I don't want to go in a drawdown in like a complete full open position. Letting this 0.15 run. 135, 800 should be a good zone to zone. Would be a good zone to zone look for sells, right? It's up to you if you want to look for sells. If you get confirmations of sells here, then for sure you can look for sells, right? All right, I secured like 8 pips up over there. I'm letting like a partial position run. Ooh, someone secured 10 pips. Damn, very nice. Still got 5 minutes left for this candle to close. Um, 9 pips bank, 25% running at break even, stress-free morning. Yeah, I think it was a pretty easy stress-free morning here today. Can you explain this trade? Which one? What are some tips you can give for a 20-year-old trader? I would say just take your time, don't rush. Yeah, seriously, man, don't rush. Just take your time. Understand it's gonna happen with time. It's all gonna happen with time. You know, I mean, if you start rushing by looking at people on Instagram, how they're living their life, man, it's gonna be very tough, extremely tough. Yeah, I think the last 5 minutes it's gonna continue moving. It's gonna continue pumping up. It should continue pumping up. I mean, it should be in its DNA to continue pumping up. We're coming down to this 1 hour close right here. That's good, pretty good. Should be up like around like 9 pips by now. Yeah, up around like 9 pips. It's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Gonna put stops at break even right here, securing around 9 pips at this point and leaving like a small runner. Oh, there we go. 10 pips. 10 pips done. Securing some positions. I hope people who were watching, they caught this trade. I think this ran really well. Well, everybody, whoever showed up this morning and you took this trade, this was an example of stress-free trading by Raja Banks and team. You know, so if you caught this trade, if you booked some profits, give a like on the stream because you know we do it every single day and it works out every single day. No stress, no pressure, just let do it. Man, so nice. First thing in the morning. God damn. Everyone who showed up, man, I thank you for everyone to show up this morning and allowing us to scam everybody today. This was a great fraud we ran this morning. Amazing fraud session. This fraudulent session, we had a winning trade. Damn, it's crazy. Amazing. So nice. Ooh, 20 pip win. God damn. So we were correct. We were correct about price bouncing off the support and continue to move up. What time is it right now? This is 6:58. In 30 minutes, I'm done for the day. You know, like I know for a fact I'm done for the day in 30 minutes, man. I don't know about anyone else, but I think this was a wonderful trade. Perfectly planned. Saw it coming. There was no hesitation. Just beautiful. Oh no. Magic Keys finessed me here today. I opened three positions and one of them opened a sell and I just looked at it because it hit stop loss. Yeah, whatever. Um, yeah, so two went in profits and one hit stop loss. So it was like it was like a buy and sell. It was like a buy and sell at the same time. But yeah, man, I think it was a pretty good trade. It's running in profits. Guys on YouTube, if you guys caught this trade, you guys made some money. Just click on that thumbs up because that's gonna help a lot of people. Wow, this has been an amazing week so far. Probably one of the best weeks I've had so far. Oh, what's this? This is got a runner. This will bang out the roof all week. Man, if this continues banging out, oof, this is a really, really good entry. Really, really, really good entry. Hey Raj, can you please explain why you opened it before the wick of the previous candle? Because this candle closed bullish. This candle closed bullish, so we're like, yeah, it's going to continue moving up, and that was about it. Stop loss was here. I mean, everything was provided. Stop loss, take profit, the reason behind the trade, everything. Who does that? Nobody. Not even signal providers. Signal providers can't even say, okay, here's the signal, here's why. No, man. No, no, no. This is looks like it's heading back to the range. Yeah, it looks like it's going back above 135 800. Did he not make anything on this trade? Yes, yes, I did. I did. Man, you guys should stop worrying about how much I made. You guys should be worrying about, if you missed this trade, how could you have entered this trade? That's what you should be worried about because this was the trade of the morning. Look at this, man. This thing is still running. Like if you have a runner right now, this should be up around like 23 pips, 24 pips, easy. There were no sells, there was no confirmation for sells, nothing. It was just straight buys. Oh, someone messaged me here. Um, Raja, do you ever consider a closed candle with no wick at the top when prices and momentum to be a sign of a strong move, like what's currently happening on GJ Prev 30 minute? Yeah, so this candle closed with no wick on the top. This means there's no range for the next candle to continue going up, which means that the next candle it has the potential to continue down. So it has like a 50-50 chance, right? When a candle closes with no wick like this, the next candle has a 50-50 chance whether it's going to continue up or it's going to continue moving down. That's basically what it is. So, I mean, if you have a runner running and you got a candle closing like this, man, just put that at break even and let it run. Let it run away. Hey, bro, chill. I'm in with a runner too, cuh. What's good with you? Is that straight out of Chirac? This move will test the highs and beyond. Big candles come for sure. Runner up 26 pips. Amazing. Maybe they just want to see all your traders MT5 screen. No, that's never gonna happen because like there are a lot of people watching, and certain things I could say with my terminal open can get me into some sort of a problem there because that falls into a gray line of financial advice, and me having no licenses, I'm not trying to get into that problem. Oof, look at this, man. Just kept on going. 135, 950. Damn. Man, people asking about MT5s. um, when do you know you should close the runner? That's completely up to you. That's completely up to you. I mean, if you look at the price right now, the runner should be up like 30 pips. So that's totally up to you if you're okay with that 30 pips, or do you want to maybe trail the stop below this candle, this 15-minute candle, and let it run? So that's totally up to you. Gold is still in this position over here in this little predicament here, just chilling. Did you leave a runner? No, I closed everything. I closed everything around 135, 77. I can't believe I have my magic keys on. I thought it was because I had my lines up. Yeah, same thing happened with me. Magic keys kind of finessed me today. I thought I opened 3 buys, but ended up being 2 buys. No, 3 buys and 1 sell. Yeah. Anybody knows anything about depositing Bitcoin into a broker and Cash App not allowing it because you usually isn't? Oh, Cash App has nothing to do with Canadians. Canada doesn't have Cash App. It's funny, people message me, they're like, hey bro, you take Cash App? You take Venmo? I'm like, no man, what am I, your sugar baby? Hey, what broker do you recommend? Love your streams. The recommended brokers are in my description. After such a sexy trade, there are still 5 hitting on us. Damn, people be weird. Killing it, sir. Love it. What a scam. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. After such a nice winning trade, people still don't like it. That's all right. But I think this worked well due to few reasons because price kind of like consolidated here and then it dropped, created support, went back up, closed above this level here, and then this candle closed bearish, no signs of sells because it didn't close above this high, this low. This also closed bearish with a weak body, no signs of sells. This candle closed bullish, so a support has been formed. And then you have clean traffic here to the left hand side. You got this clean traffic area here, and what we know about clean traffic is price is gonna mirror that. There's gonna be a high probability price is gonna mirror that. So that's what happened, and then you got a runner on, and runner kept on running. So I think it was a pretty good day. Whoever caught this trade, man, your day should be done today. You should catch this trade, and you should just thank the Lord. You should thank the Forex gods, and you should thank everybody that brought you to this trade, and you won this trade. The only reason you're going to fail is if you try to overtrade, you try to look for sells on your JPY because it's at a strong, strong resistance. It's just, I mean, just doing mindless, dumb stuff is going to make you lose trades. Let's put it that way. Yeah, just refrain from doing mindless, dumb stuff. You know, um, I didn't write the trade because I have already 2 trades in London session, but I felt FOMO for this trade. Oh, that's that's okay. But you can see how well it worked. That's something you need to focus on. Someone said they entered a sell. Oh my God, I can't wait. Oh, okay. Why I didn't take the GJ is because it hit the hard resistance. Okay, that's fine. Do you manage losses based on pips regardless of the position size or based on risk percentage? I manage positions based on risk percentage. It took me a very, very, very long time to come to the grips with that a 1 lot is going to move the same way as a 10 lot. Because when we're starting in the beginning, we think that if we use a bigger lot size, I mean, it doesn't really happen, but it's like a case, right? Like whenever I used to use a bigger lot size, I would always think that, okay, the market's watching. That's why I may be losing that trade. But the reality of the matter was that no, the same way if a one lot is going to move, in the same way the 10 lot is going to move, or 50 lots is going to move, or even 100 lots. I saw my friends use 50 lots and 100 lots, and I was there using like $1 lot, $2 lots, and I always used to think that, like, how can I do that, and then I had to really come to the grips with the fact that, okay, like, it's all going to move the same way. The moves are going to be the same on all position sizes. It just takes a little time to really grasp that concept. And were you up in London, or was it a pending order? Yes, I was awake in London session. My son was awake for an hour, so I was just, like, awake with him and just watching the charts. And I caught a sell in London too. I had a It's just been a blessing this week. I don't know for what reason, but it's been a blessing. Yeah, I don't know for what reason. Um, yeah, I think this is a little rangy area the price is coming into. Yeah, this area price is coming into right here, 135,950. This is the area where price was kind of like consolidating before. It was kind of like ranging. You see a form of support, came up in like Asian session, broke back down, and then kind of broke below in London session. So this is like a consolidation area price is walking into. Let's take a look at this chart. This is GJ 30 minute. Why was this not a sell? Oh, why was this candle not a sell? All right, let's take a look at that. Oh, why was this candle? Okay, this candle was not a sell because it tapped into some sort of, okay, let's just remove this. And all right, so let's take a look at this area. So the question is, why was this not a sell, right? So if we were looking for a sell, I guess it's very important to know that, okay, this candle closed at 6:30. So let's go to a 15-minute time frame, right? So this was the close of the 30-minute candle right over here. When this candle closes like this, now what you have is you don't have this information on the left-hand side. Let me just do this here, like this, and let's do this. Okay. So now you don't have information, right? So now this candle closed, and the 30-minute that you're looking at, 30-minute is saying that, okay, it should be a sell. So once you're looking left, you're like, okay, well, maybe this was a resistance on the 15-minute time frame. So maybe it's creating some sort of a support right here, So someone can say, okay, for a better confirmation of a sell, I might want to see a candle close below this area. And then I can look for sells for price to continue down. But then we were waiting, obviously, and when we waited, we saw that the candle actually closed bullish. You had this candle that closed bullish, so you're like, okay, well, maybe now price is going to go up because there's no confirmation for sells. So now we use the smaller time frame and the higher time frame in conjunction to kind of like understand that, okay, when will it make sense to sell or to buy. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is Raja. When this candle closed bearish, why you think many people? Oh, okay, yeah. I think I already explained it. Let's take a look here. Wait for 30-minute candle to close on resistance. Wait for next 30-minute candle to break the low and come all the way down. Yeah, that makes sense. I think if you get a candle close below 135,800, then there's going to be a much higher chance for price to continue down. So that's true. Because now this is a range. If you put your range like this is a range, and price is right now in this 15 pip range. Above this range, 135, like 135,950, you have the area right over here at 136,140 where price can come up into, right? And this is going to be in a 15 pip range, like even smaller. So if you get a break below this area, then yeah, for sure price can continue down. But so far, it's just in his range right now. Let's take a look at this chart here. Ooh, same chart. Yeah, same chart. Bonjour, bro. French trader on air. How are you? C'est la vie. Doing good. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that move over there. Damn, crazy. I think at this point, no one should be looking to enter a GJ because the way it's moving right now, it's extremely dangerous the way it's moving right now. GJ is doing those dances now, like up and then down, up and then down. Securing profit too early is a confidence issue. Yeah, I've talked about this all the time. If you're getting scared by closing positions or holding positions, I think the best thing for you to do is to maybe let a small portion of the position run. Maybe let a small portion of the position run. I think that's the best thing for you to do. Once you start to do that, you'll start to get more confidence as well, Um, the candle called the yeah. All right, what's this chart? Mac. Oh, nice entry, nice entry, Macedonian. Macedonia has a really good entry. I think this entry matches up with this consolidation area here to the left as well. It was an aggressive entry, but Macedonian is making it work, so that's pretty good. Macedonian, the Mecca of donuts. Um, somebody laugh. Mac troll incoming. Was there a fake out on the 1 hour in gold? Not, don't think so. Why you take that buy if the 1 hour closed with no wick, meaning no range to the upside? Why did I take that buy? Oh, no, that was based on the smaller time frames. GJ will now range because of me. Oh wow, someone's sending me messages here. The god of Forex has landed in my stream and now sending me messages. YouTube, only YouTube can see this. So scary. So let's do this here. Trade one. GJ buys. Winning trade. See, yesterday I did 2 attempts on GBJPY, 2 attempts, and in total I lost 10 pips, yesterday. And today we won 12 pips in one position, and then had a winning trade in London session as well. Like really, really, what I've tried to do, I've really, when you drive a fast car, right? When you drive a fast car and the RPM goes to about 4 and 5, and you know that this car can handle a 7,000 RPM, 8,000 RPM, so you just rev it, you just give it. That's what I'm doing with my account in the last, this week. That's what I'm doing it. Like if I see something happening, I'm just trying to just give it because I have to reach the next level. You took 2 buys and 1 sell. Were the buys 20 loss each or 10 loss each? The buys were whatever they are. The buys were, I had 1 20 lot, I had 2 10 lots, and I thought I had another one as a buy, but it was a sell. But that's not the point. That's not the point on what lot size I use. The point is, how could you have caught the entire move coming up to 135.77? That's what you should focus on. You shouldn't focus on how someone entered a trade. You should focus on how you could have caught the trade going up. I think it's the break and retest for the range. Yeah, I think so too. Because, this candle closed above 135.800. This candle closed like a doji candle, so it means it was like a write-off candle. This candle is now closing. I think if it closes above 135.800, this area, I think it has more room to continue going up. Let's take a look at Euro USD here. Price made a high, price pulled back after high. Looking for buy confirmation, close of this bullish candle. With positive Euro sentiment, price should continue pushing up, especially when NY open. Let's take a look at Euro USD. Someone's talking about my sell position, and I've explained this 10 times now. That was a mistake. So yeah. So I think once you're waiting for this candle, I think for Euro USD, I think it'll be a better idea. I think it would be a better idea to kind of like wait for maybe a 30-minute candle to close bullish, because it seems like it's tapping into some sort of a resistance here, and it might continue down to maybe create like a support. Maybe it may create a support over here and continue going up. So you kind of have to wait. You'll have to wait for the 15-minute to close, and then the 15-minute and the 30-minute close in the same way. So you'll have to wait over here. I gotta start handling price action, stalling a little better. I had two positions. I had two positions. It was stalling around 8 pips. So I closed 8 pips and let one run to 10 pips. Yeah, I think it's still good. It's still good, mate. You still let it run. I am lecturing zoology, Dr. Oh, nice. Lecture. Alright, let's take a look at this chart here. This is USD CAD. Selling positions. Oh, your position was over here. You're in a trade. Price continue down. Yeah, it should continue moving down. Oh, nice. Joshua Lindsay donated $100 today. $100 for stress-free epic winning trades. Beautiful, beautiful. We're $100 richer now. Do you take the direction from the high time frame? Yeah, so this was basically on the smaller time frame. This trade was taken right over here. This is on a small time frame. We got $100 coming in from the gulag. I think it will only make sense for us to match that amount by sending a super sticker. So we're going to send a super sticker here for Joshua. We're going to do some celebrations. Let's see if that happens. I've been in TED mentorship. Give me access to your Slack group. The Slack group is not for everybody, sorry. Provided the current 30-minute candle closes above 135.800, would the probability to continue up increase, or would it make much more sense to look at a larger upper wick as a rejection? I think if you get a candle closing above 135.800, it would increase the probability of price going higher. Yeah, that's what I would think. That would really increase the probability of price going higher. Um, Took this trade. Can you review? All right. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. This is your JPY. Buy stops were here. Yeah, I think it worked out really well. I think it worked out really, really well. All right, let's see what's going on here now. Let's take a look at pre-markets. Pre-markets. Pre-markets are negative. They're not that down. You know, normally if they're super up, or normally they're super down, but they're kind of like in the middle, like negative 78 points, 73 points. So maybe US 30. I mean, just by thinking about US 30, it seems like US 30 may be kind of like ranging here. So let's take a look here. Oh, your US 30 is actually retracing here. Okay, interesting. Well, let it retrace. I just like looking at US 30. I don't trade it. Can you review my chart, please? Let's take a look at this chart. US 30 gonna pop. Pipzer just signed a $100 million deal with the government. Wow. How can I get a deal with the government? Um, Entry at this when it broke the high over here. Beautiful. Target resistance, but I closed at 764 as I only had one position open, so wanted to secure profits. That's absolutely perfect. And this thing is going to happen over and over again, man. Trust me. These things happen over and over and over again. And when these things start happening over and over again, you start to understand that, like, you know, now if it's just going to keep on happening, it's just really easy to just wait for something to print in that way to just execute. Would you see in the future making the streams joinable with price? Um, well, you can join the stream for free, right? I mean, that's that's still good. That's still good enough. You can join the stream for free. See now, I don't think you're complaining about a free stream, but man, a lot of people are going to complain about the price. I'll tell you that. All right, what's this? Your USD 15 minutes sells. Oh, someone's in sells on your USD. Okay, kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense because I guess you're anticipating price to continue moving down over here, you know, in an uptrend. So you'll have to be careful about that. This 15-minute candle is about to come to a close. I think to buy, let's take a look at this range, right? This is a 12 pip range. This is not enough range to take a buy up till this area. You know, it has to be around like, at least if it was, let's say like 15 pips, 20 pips, you could argue that, okay, maybe now it kind of like makes sense, you know, but this is a very small range. And even though on this you'd want a 30-minute candle to close bullish on Euro USD. If you see a 30-minute candle closing bullish, I think that would give you much more confirmation. But then at the same time, you'll need price to, like, you know, kind of like break above 1.15. And now, if you look on the daily and weekly time frame, we don't see anything to the, well, yeah, we got something here to the left here. This whole area, this is a big rejection area right here. You know, 1.16. Huge rejection area. Let's bring it all the way to the right hand side. Yeah, this is a Euro USD is approaching a huge rejection area. So I think it'll be better to look for buys if they do present themselves. Think about if this area would be perfect, or even if a 30-minute candle can close a strong bullish candle. With all that 4K bright monitor, you maybe should use some gunner. Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what gunner is. Where will gold go today? I'm hearing it will go bearish. Well, where are you hearing that information? Why are you hiding that information from us, man? Gold's gonna go bearish. Where'd you hear that? Let's see. Let us know how gold will go bearish after $40 moves on gold. Wow, can you imagine? We were looking at gold down over here. $43. Have you seen the price of gold? Yes, it's too high. This is my long-term play if GJ continues bullish. All right, let's take a look at this long-term GJ bullish play. Okay, so this is the daily chart and you're targeting 137. I kind of agree with that. I agree with that actually. I think it's going to continue moving up for sure. GJ, looking at the daily, I think it's coming up towards, I mean, if we respect this area 135 300 and if we respect this 135 800, we're coming all the way up towards 137 and ultimately to 138. I believe that's going to happen. You know, even if you look in the weekly candle, now this area over here, this was some sort of a resistance here, right? And price was kind of like creating resistance, 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 breakout, came back in the range, reject, 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 and then this candle broke above. You know, so now that candle has broke above this resistance area. So now it has a clean room for the weekly candles to kind of like continue up and continue up towards, you know, 138. I don't want to say 139 because 139 becomes a little bit too aggressive. So I'm going to go with 138. Based on the high time frames, I think that should continue on to work. So that's going to be, so this weekly formation is kind of like what we had on the 15-minute time frame here, right? It's like kind of like that. See this candle close bullish, clean candle head to the left and continue moving up. Now see this is the new 30-minute candle start. So this is the 15 one. This is the 30-minute. 30-minute closed above 135 800. 15-minute also closed above 135 800. So now it makes sense for price to respect this low and continue moving up towards 135, you know, 950. And then if it comes up towards 136, then that's bonus, you know. Hey, I got in a trade today, bad entry, but made good profit. Now I think I need a good trade to counter that experience. Make sure you don't counter that experience with a losing trade. Surely the weekly candle can just be a wick and close below the level of resistance just like candles to the left on GJ. Yeah, so we got 2 days left on the weekly, right? We got 2 days left here for the weekly candle to close. So we're going to see what happens. USB warns US will soon label Swiss currency as a manipulator. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Yeah, my fundamentals are not strong at all, but my technicals are very strong. Hey, when do you take breaks and when you need to see first forming a support resistance and when buy or sell? Is it related to trading? So someone asked a question, and this question is, when do you take break and retests? When do you see formation of support resistances and when do you buy and sell? If everyone knew the answer to that question, I think no one would be here on the stream. Everyone would just trade on their own and be happy and trade because they knew everything. We don't know everything. We just anticipate things forming. You know, when the support formed, I clearly said there's a probability price can break the support, but there's a higher probability price will continue up. And I know some people, they hesitated on the trade. They hesitated in taking the entry because maybe the confidence wasn't there, you know, or maybe their bias was a little bit different. So if you missed this trade or if you took a loss in this trade, this is an opportunity for you to look at this trade and see that, okay, how you could have made this trade better, how you could have had a winning trade in this position, or how you could have even more confidence, you know. So then you got to look at it from a probability standpoint, right? Probability dictates that, okay, since this is closing bullish, and we have a clean candle here, there's a higher probability for price to go up, which is why whenever I do webinars or whenever I do like simulation sessions, I always say, what's the probability of price going up versus going down? And whenever you think there's a higher probability for price to go up, I think you should be executing on that aspect. Because if you're not executing, you're not learning, right? You're not I'm having a language barrier, man. I'm having a large language barrier. I'm looking for a specific word. No, not taking action. It's about oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like when you're not executing, you're not committing to greatness. Because when you're going to commit to greatness, you're going to know if it's going to be a win or a loss. If it's going to be a win, you know you can do it again tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. But if it's a loss, man, then that's an opportunity for you to learn. Then that's an opportunity to see that, okay, man, like I was wrong. Why was I wrong? How could I have been right? And then there are two types of losses too. One type of loss is like when price was maybe just not in your favor. The odds of it not working were just not there, and some people try to solve it and whatever. You just have to accept it. Like sometimes it's just going to be, it is what it is. You just don't have any explanation. And then other times your trade would be completely wrong. So at that time you can kind of like look back and learn something. I think the fear of losing stops a lot of people, but that's where risk management comes in. Yeah, that's true. I think when people overtrade and you accumulate a lot of losses in a short period of time, then when a time for you to enter a trade comes, you're hesitant on that because you start thinking that, hey man, like I've taken all these losses in the past. What if this is also a loss? But if you're keeping your overtrading intact, if you're not overtrading, if you're not over risking, then you're going to be more prone to execute because you haven't taken so many losses. You've taken a trade here and there, win loss, so you take another trade, you're like, okay, whatever. And it comes to be a win, you're like, okay, perfect, I had another winning trade. But when you're over trading, you're over risking, you're accumulating losses, that's affecting your confidence. A losing streak is going to affect your confidence and you won't be able to execute on good trades. You just got to stop over trading. You just got to really, really fucking stop over trading. Like once you get good, once you start getting confident, then you can overtrade like whatever you want, but like at first in the early stages it's really important to like put a full stop on it. Hey, can you give me some advice at this chart? I think people overtrade because they don't want to let money go. I think they overtrade because they don't want to miss out on the opportunity. And I don't know what's going on, but like I used to overtrade as well, and my whole reason to overtrade would be that I gotta catch this move. I can't let this move go. I won't get this move again. And I had to really come to grips with myself and I face reality that, hey, listen, like this is gonna happen again tomorrow and again tomorrow. This is gonna happen again the next week. As long as I'm alive, these things are gonna keep on happening. And man, trust me, there are 90% people who overtrade, who over risk, and they never make it. So the sooner you start staying disciplined, the better it's going to be for you, but the more you stay in overtrading, the longer it's going to be. So it's very hard. The hardest part is to wait for the next day. That's the hardest part, to wait for the next day, because some people took their trades early in the morning and now they have like my trade ended like what 40 minutes ago, and now I'm going to stay here for the next hour and a half, and I'm not even going to think about entering another trade because I already had a winning trade. So that's the hardest part, to actually wait for the next day. Overtrading sucks, but I stopped now. It's just risk management. Yeah, it's true, man. Right now, whenever I take a trade, I'm just excited to see how can I reduce my loss. Like you guys have no idea how excited I get. Like I'm using like 20 lots, 15 lots, and I'm really excited to see what's the smallest amount I can close on this position, like in a loss. How can I really, really, really tone down these losses? I think that's my next. That's my next goal. Is it overtrading if you trade 0.36 lots and $1,000? No, I think it's okay. Get stats on how many times your setup happens a week, how many pips it gives you, and what time frame normally works for you. That's true. When I used to overtrade, there was always uncomfortable feeling with small accounts. Got the 10 pips good trade, but was only $5, $10. Realized it was part of the process. Yeah, I think one big problem people have is that maybe they can afford to trade a $2,000 account or a $5,000 account, but they're trading on $200 or they're trading on $500, so the account size is really low. They're trading on a very low account size. So when you're trading too small, you're encouraging over trading, because in your mind that $500 means nothing, but you're just using that $500 to see if you can really test Forex and you can really win. But the reality is it means fuck all to you. So you're going to overtrade, you're going to over risk, because you can just go to the bank and deposit another 500, no problem. But when you have a $5,000 account, and let's say if you can afford 5,000, you're going to be a little bit more cautious on that, because then your 10 pip win is going to be like, let's say $50, $60. Then it's not going to be $5 or $10. But for someone who only has a $500 account, for them $500 is $500. So then you have to grind, and it sucks. Some people are in a good position in life financially. They can afford to have bigger accounts and really, really work on risk management from the start. There are other people who are not so fortunate, and they have to start with $500 accounts, or they have to start with like like $1,000 account. So you have to grind. You have to put in the grind, right? You have to put in like $10 days, $5 days. That's going to turn up to like 60, $50 weeks. Sometimes you're going to have a break-even week, but that's a part of the process. When you start a job or a business, man, it takes years for it to come up. So I don't think there should be a rush. I rushed for the first 6, 7 months. It didn't work at all. First 6, 7 months, man, I lost like almost $100,000. Almost all my savings I lost. And then I had to come to grips with myself. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be pretty hard if I keep doing this. So true when you're staying there, Raja. That's why I still overtrade. I need to use bigger lots or less trading. You need less trading. You need less trading in your life, man. Think about it. Why do swing traders take 1 or 2 trades a week? And why do we? I think I can call myself. No, not me. Let's take Josh for example. Josh takes around 2 trades a day. He's a good intraday trader. He takes 2 or 3 trades a day, makes his money, calls it a day. And then there's someone else who's new, who comes to trading, who comes to this idea of scalping. They want to scalp every time, every 30 minutes, every 1 hour. They're taking like 8 scalps a day, 9 scalps a day, 10 scalps. That's not helping you. That's not helping you at all. You're just stabbing yourself in the dark, man. That's what it's doing. So what you mean is we should deposit a bigger account in order us to take it more seriously. I've been struggling with that. I overtrade because my account is small and I can deposit more. Yeah, I think you need to deposit more, but you have to be really, really, really careful. Really careful. You have to be really careful. Because if you deposit more and if you overtrade, you are potentially just fucking yourself, and that's just not going to help anyone. I'm just struggling with my trading big time. Yeah, I think you're over trading or over risking. Man, 90% of your problems are over trading or over risking. Only 30% are technical analysis and actually having the confidence to execute. Let's take a look at this chart here. The worst is when you deposit big and overtrade to revenge on the losses. Oh yeah, that is super bad. I did that too. Man, this one time I deposited, actually I'm not going to talk about that, but I've done that too. Like, I've lost an account and then I've deposited more money to make that amount back. And I've lost that too. you know? So when that happened, I told myself, okay, you know what? There's no chasing losses. Like a lot of times, people message me in my DMs or they email me sometimes. So I don't know why they email me. I never answer back. But when they email me about those things, I just look at that and I just want to say, hey, just don't chase losses. I always tell guys, just don't chase losses. If you had losses, don't think about how you're going to make those losses back. Think about how you're going to have a next winning trade. Because when you think about losses, you're thinking about the past. And when you think about the past, you're losing in the present, and then you lose sight of the future. So it's very important. Did you ever think trading wasn't going to work out for you? Oh yeah, absolutely. But like I also knew it's going to work out because in the start I had winning trades. In the start, I took my $700 account to $5,500 in a week and a half. And that was mind-boggling for me. And I knew if I could do it once, I could do it a million times over. How much are you up right now? I'm up like 50%. Yeah, so far in July, 50%. Are those types of losses the only way to learn? The only way to learn is to just look at your losses and see how you could have a winning trade. Can you explain why you entered sells at 135, 900 without confirmation? 135, 900? Where was it? I don't see any 135, 900. 135, 900. I don't see any position open at 135, 900. There's probably someone trying to start some BS in the Gulag chat. Wow, man. People lying. People lie out of the straight teeth. Um, did you ever grind the low lots or did you always stuck to high lot size? I did. I started with 10-cent lots, 20-cent lots, 50-cent lots, and then I deposited more money, and then I started doing like, one lots and two lots. Um, in the start, I never had, in the start, what was that? Like I never had a large account starting out. I was started like, with a small, and once I knew that, okay, like, what, this is kind of like making sense to me, then I added more money. And then I lost that. And then later on, I add more and start to get more disciplined. Hey, are you still coming to London? Yes. Yes, still coming to London. Let's take a look at this trade. Let's take a look at this chart here. Clean traffic. You had buys. Okay, looks like it's working very well. Um, so I guess we were right about 135, 800. Candle closed bullish. And next one is just making higher highs and higher lows and continuing on towards 135, 950. What about, let's say you decide to have a 10K trading account, but only transfer to the broker the needed money for the margin requirements. In this case, a couple of thousands, and have risk managed based on 10K account. I've never looked at it in a sense of only transferring the amount of margin needed. I've never looked at it in that sense. I don't understand how margin works. I don't understand fully how margin works at all. So I've never looked at into that perspective. I've always looked at how much am I willing to lose per trade. That's it. Um, the amount of margin required, it goes hand in hand with how much leverage you have. I mean, if you have a higher leverage, then you can use more margin. But if you have a lower leverage, you can use less margin. Do you think the buy above 135, 950 would be nice with the NY open volume? Yeah, I think it could be pretty nice, but I would want to see price create some sort of a support over here around 135, 950 to continue going up. So I think maybe to create like some breakout, create support, and then go up. I think this was a really good entry over here to a second entry at this area for price to continue up in this range. How many hours a day do you spend trading? This right here. This is all what I do. This is all what I do on the stream. This is all what I do. That's it. I might spend maybe 20 minutes doing analysis in the Asian session, but that's it. If you are 1K drawdown, that's 50% on your account. So I would say it's more stressful than looking at a 10% drawdown, even though you have it in the bank. Yeah, but if you're in a 50% drawdown in an account and that's an open position, that's a problem with overtrading. That's a trading problem. So you need to fix that problem. Let's take a look at your USD. Your USD is about to break up above 1.15. About to break up above 1.15. We got NY Open coming up pretty soon. Do you actually trade Asian session? No, not really. Sometimes. Sometimes if I see it happening, sometimes, then. Otherwise, I don't. Um, let's take a look here. Your JPY support is formed. Buy at close of 30-minute candle if close is bullish. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Your USD is also trying to push up higher here. Your JPY is also creating this support over here. I think it has room to continue going up. Let's take a look on the 15-minute, 1 hour. Yeah, looking very bullish. So I think you'll have hard stops below this candle here. Let's take a look left here. Let's see what we can find. Looking left, we see that there might be some sort of a at like 123,930. It's not that far away, but essentially this whole area is like a liquidity area where price came in and rejected it. So maybe price is going to come up into the zone, right? Those dark clouds. Yeah, dark clouds. How do you balance between family life and trading? It's pretty easy. I just come to the stream at this time, and then after this time, I have all the time I need to spend with family. After this time, I have a lot of time to spend with family. This is very important. Um, how come you didn't take that GJ buy? I took the GJ buy from down here till up here. This one, I didn't take it. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is UJ, 1 hour. Waiting for candle to close bullish for entry. I think this is the same position as GJ was right over here. If you look on GJ, let's take a look at USDJPY here. USDJPY 1 hour. Ooh, 1 hour is going bearish. Yeah, no more buys. Look at that. It's kind of like rejecting this area. May head down to 106,870. We'll have to wait and see if it breaks this area here. But thing with UJ is the ranges are not big. This is a 9 pip range. It's not that big at all. GJ much bigger ranges. Look at this range. This was like 20 pips, and then above 135,800, it was like around another 15 pips, so almost like a 35 pip range. Can you explain how you took the sells in GJ yesterday after the stream? Yeah, it was right here, this 15-minute candle, right? Remember we were talking about like below 136, it's just going to be like a clean candles coming down towards this area. So this was a sell right over here. I took the sell. This was an impulsive trade I took. Stop was around like 15 pips, 10, 15 pips. But the idea was that it has to continue down because it's breaking 136, and that was the analysis too yesterday. Here is how I took the same trade on GJ. Thanks for scamming me into profit. Support from France. Ooh, Francais. France. Bonjour, bonjour. Ooh, nice. Look at that. Buy stop placed on top of the rejection candle. Bullish momentum. Boom. Scammed in profits. Amazing, amazing, amazing trade. Very nice. I started entering based on 5-minute candles now. That's beautiful. That second buy looked so sketchy, I closed at 4 pips. Nice. How was the GT3? Did you rent it from all the scams? No, the GT3, that was a friend's GT3. He's one of my students. He had a really, really, really good month. He had a really good month. And he withdrew some nice amount, and then he got the GT3. What's this? GPCAD. Took buys at this candle. This candle broke. Yeah, but the candle closed with no wick at the top. The candle closed with no wick at the top. So there's a 50-50 chance. So I think you need to learn this. There's a 50-50 chance. Hi, Raja. Greetings from Norway. My chart here. Do you think this gold trade could work out? All right. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. But those are the people who don't really show off on the gram. Like, you just have things on the side, don't really show off at all. Nothing. I don't like showing off at all either. Sell due to double top. Okay. I think you'll need to wait for maybe this support to break, right? Maybe that's going to be a great idea, right? For you to wait for that support to break. Do you recommend finishing off your courses first, then watching you live, or we can do simultaneously both? You can do simultaneously both, but I think once you've entered, the best thing for you to do is to go through the unlearn and relearn section, because that will really, really help you understanding what we're doing on the live streams here. You're showing off some damn mango. Yeah, man, that GT3 mango was pretty expensive. It was like for about $250,000. You got to put like $70,000 down in the car, and then it's like around 2,000 a month. Do you see any entry on the break on short on GJ? I can't see one, but sad to miss. Yeah, I think if you get a break below 135,800, you could get price coming down. But unless that doesn't happen, I think it's going to be. Or, if this 30-minute candle closes bearish, then maybe you could say, okay, we're forming a resistance here for price to continue down, right? So support resistances are variable. They are very variable. Like you might have a support here, but price may form like a fresh resistance here for it to continue down. So you gotta stay fluid. Do you see entry on a breakout? You answered that. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. GJ daily, a line going down and then going back up. How ironic that this line is going right above your entry. How nice of you to do that. Hey, price, come back down, but just come above my entry and then continue going up. Very convenient. Hope that happens. So this 30-minute candle is about to close. It's closing and it's creating this resistance here now. So now this becomes your fresh zone here, right? This becomes your fresh zone. Wow. Now imagine it continues all the way down. See, so zones are variable zones. Something new I've been watching for the past, 2-3 months. How was your mindset and what kept you going after losing close to six figures when you first started? My mindset was not in the right place, but I knew it could be done. What I used to do was I used to look at my wins, I used to look at my previous trades, and I used to get inspiration from those previous trades. Because I used to look at that and say, man, listen, I did this before. I'm capable of winning trades. Why is it not working right now? And the only reason why it wasn't working at that point was because of over trading, over leveraging, being under pressure to trade. I left my job to trade. So then there was a lot of pressure because, now I had to make money from trading, and when you trade under pressure, it normally never works. What's going on with USD? Why so bearish on each pair? No, I don't think USD is bearish on each pair. I think USD JPY is just ranging here. I mean, this daily candle has went bullish from a support at 106,750, and it's just ranging here. It's probably waiting for some announcement. This is a range on UJ, and I would imagine it's not more than 30 pips. Oh wow, it's actually 50 pip range. Oh, it's a daily pip range. Okay, daily ranges are bigger. Would you would love your review on gold. All right, let's take a look at gold here. Man, I'm so happy I had a first winning trade, first thing in the morning. Extremely happy because then I didn't have to work a lot. Gold, okay, price form resistance, price form support, price made fake out, anticipating for the price to break and retest before entering. Yeah, I think gold, if gold breaks above this area, I think there's not going to be a retest. It just continues on going because that's what gold does sometimes. Gold just keeps on going. What's this here? GJ, waiting for the 1 hour to break below the low to go all the way down. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So now the 30-minute candle closed bearish. It closed like a weak bearish candle. 1 hour still closed bullish. So it's still not a sell because the 30-minute closed a weak bullish candle. If it weak bearish, if it would have closed like a strong bearish candle, then we could say, okay, you know what? Now this is a support formed. No, like a minor resistance formed, but it hasn't. Even if you look on the 15-minute, 15-minute also kind of like respected this minor support. So there's no sell so far. I think a good sell is going to be if this candle breaks the low over here, and then you could say, okay, now like a resistance has been formed, and we will continue moving down. But other than that, in my view, I think you'll have to wait a little bit. But it worked out when you left job. Yes, it worked out because the thing is, I was making really good money at my job too. I was making around like 150, 160,000 for my job. But so I knew how money worked. I knew how to handle money. It's not like I left a job and I made a lot of money and my life started to get good. No, my life was good before I started trading. Like, my life was okay. I was doing really well before I started trading. So when all this, like when trading started working, it was just the same. It made absolutely no difference in the world. If I had nothing before I started trading, then you would see me like, going all out and buying different things and this and that. Like my buying power was pretty high before I started even trading. But like, really had to focus on not over trading, not over risking. Ooh, gold is now breaking above the high over here. I think gold is going to continue moving bullish. I think it's going to continue on towards filling this wick at 1865. But it's also in the start of this NY Open. So crazy. How far is that? That's around 39 pips away. Okay. How long do you recommend backtesting each pair? I think people have the wrong idea of backtesting. The correct way to backtest is to watch one pair every day at the same time and see how you could have executed, and then come back the next day, and then come back the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. That's live backtesting. That way you're also building your patience, you're building your patience, and one other thing like you're building your trading character at that time too. But when you backtest, let's say someone says, oh hey Raja, I backtested like 100 years on USDJPY, and I think now I'm able to trade USDJPY. Like they will go back like some obscene number of amount, and then they'll say, okay, I'm back testing, da 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 da, makes sense, makes sense. That's not the right way to backtest. That's not the right way to backtest because you're only looking at candles and moves that have already happened. The correct way to backtest, I also have a webinar on this. Like, if you guys in Market Fluidity, if you have access to the database, you can watch the webinar. It's on backtesting. And the correct way to backtest, I think, is to really look at how price is moving in the moment. Like really looking at, like, let's say if I'm going to start trading a new pair called GPCAD, So I'm going to look at GPCAD from pre-New York till, like, whenever it's time for me to close the stream. I'm going to look at that every day. And I'm going to see how can I find a move on GPCAD. I'm going to try to study GPCAD, and I'm going to see if it respects levels, if it respects trends, if it respects like let's say if you look on GPCAD right now, the previous 1 hour candle closed below the lows of these 1 hour candles. So it technically makes sense for GPCAD to continue moving down towards the support, which is 36 pips away, right? So this is going to be one back testing for GPCAD for this day. And then I'm going to do this the same time the next day and the day after, and then I'm going to have collection of trades I've backtested. That's the correct way to backtest. You're building patience, and you're also building trading character. What was your job before trading? I ran a marketing agency for door-to-door. I had a door-to-door marketing agency. What strategy were you using when you started $700 account? Yeah, let me talk about that here. Let's talk about this first. What's this? Same source of XCM, but don't have the bearish candle. Yeah, it is what it is. Like if you look at different liquidity providers, then you're going to get different confluence. I just look at just one thing. I'm never going to turn around and say, oh, why does FXCM doesn't have a bearish candle and this one has? What if this one is correct than this one? I only stay on one thing and just focus on just one thing. I think that's the best thing to do. Let's take a look at this chart here. This chart is if the current candle respects the high and break the low of the previous candle. What? If the current candle respects the high and breaks the low of the previous candle, time to take impulse trade. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because the current candle break the low and price can continue down. Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that. So when we first started trading, the thing that we were looking at was basically we were trading the 4-hour candles, right? Let's put it this way. We were trading the oh wow, look at gold just retracing. Gold is so hard to trade. We were looking at the 4-hour candles, right? So every time, so we were looking at, we as in me and some of my friends, when we were looking at 4-hour candles, we'd look at to see at 4 or 5 pairs, and we would literally wait for the 4-hour candle to close. If a 4-hour candle was closing at a support, we take a buy with a 10 pip stop, or if the 4-hour candle was closing at a resistance, we take a sell with a 10 pip stop. And I'd say like 60 to 70% of the time it was working, and we were actually making money. And it was working, and it was just like this mindless, monotonous task that we were doing. And then obviously, I had Instagram. I started looking at Instagram. I started looking at people catching like 100 pips and 10,000 pips and 1,000 pips, and I wanted to catch those pips too. So then I started learning about new stuff, like Fibonacci's and harmonics and Bollinger Bands and indicators. I started learning those things because I thought that I needed to know all that to make big profitable trades. And I didn't. I actually lost more money by learning more. I lost a lot more money by learning more because now, my mind was polluted and it was just not the right way to do things. Let's take a look at Simon's chart here. Want price to make support around 135.750 or break above 135.960 for buys. Yeah, I think you're going to get really good buys above 135.960. When are you coming to London? The 4th, from the 4th till the 6th September. Yeah. Oh, we're having the boot camp from the 4th to the 6th. I'm staying till the 11th. So we're there from the 2nd till the 11th. Did you miss them days of working as an oil man? No, I don't miss those days at all. The amount of money I could make as an oil man, I can make the same amount of money in a matter of minutes. That's what it came down to. Like in a day I was making like $300, $400 a day over there. But in trading now, after 4 or 5 years, I can do that in a couple of minutes. But it took time. It took like 3-4 years. If this 30-minute candle rejects again, that means its third bullish candle rejecting that resistance. Does that mean high probability price will fall? A higher probability price will fall is if it will create some sort of a resistance. Are you going to join the Vantage FX contest? I don't know what that contest is. No idea. But I'm probably not going to join a trading contest because that's going to deviate me from trading on my own account. So I really struggle to take a second trade in a day when I'm already up in profits. Is this normal? Yes, it's very normal. I struggle too sometimes. It's very normal. And I think if you really want to take second trades, I think you should start taking second trades with tiny positions, like maybe 0.01 or maybe small, small positions you should start with so that you build that confidence. And then what you're going to find is you're going to see that how many of those second trades are profitable trades. That's what you're going to find. And if you're going to see that, okay, most of them are profitable trades, then you're going to start increasing your volume on those second trades. And then you're going to start having bigger wins on those second trades. What about Bollinger Bands? Did you use Bollinger Bands? Yes, they didn't work at all. So we got news coming in here pretty soon. We got news on CAD coming in. We got CAD CPI coming in the mix at 8:30 in about 21 minutes. 21 minutes we have CAD news coming in. And we got JPY holiday. So today Asian session, it might not have volume because it's the yen holiday today. Whoopa. We're gonna wait and see. So Monday I saw a lot of big moves, but now I don't. Anything I should start checking on other time frames? Yeah, I think this was a pretty big move here. I think this was a pretty decent move here. This one that we caught right here. This candle. This candle was a pretty big candle move we caught. You know, back in the day, I would look at these candles and I would think, man, how can I catch these big candles? And now, guys, we were all here and we caught this whole candle up. You know, if someone has runners, this is continue on running. Raja's take profit targets always get hunted. Yeah, man. So sad. Oh, Joseph Velos, thank you for donating $3.99. Thank you. Appreciate that. I think that was donated so that we could look at this chart. Okay, wow, look at this. This is an example of a well-labeled chart. Yeah, this is an example, okay. Price form bullish candle, close bullish, plus forming major price closing above 200 EMA. I think if you even remove this EMA, you still won't make any difference. Took a buy position on the 5-minute break off the wick of the high over here, okay. Took some profits when price reached 200 SMA on the 5-minute at 12 pips. Makes sense, makes sense. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Where's the next big candle? So far, we're all continuing bullish. Do you think we can take a buy position in GJ today if we're only looking at 30-minute or 1-hour chart without seeing the 15-minute chart? I don't think so. I don't think you can do that. You have to be very fluid. I think if you were only looking at the 30-minute, I think you could have taken a buy position once it broke the high over here. But if you were looking at the 15-minute, you would have had a much nicer entry right over here. You know, so you're using, at times I say, don't look at the 15-minute, but that's like maybe 50% of the time, you know, because all time frames, they will give you that confirmation to take entries, you know, all the time frames. And as you move along, as you take trades, you know, as you take losses and learn from losses, you're going to understand that like all time frames, they will get together and they will make the entire high time frame move in one direction. Explain the main reasons as to why these indicators are not your preference. Do you think they lag? Yeah, I think they lag. I think indicators lag. That's why. And I feel this sense of pride that I only trade based on price action. Yeah, I think that's a pride thing. It's like having no training wheels. You know, there are some people who trade, I don't know, I forgot. How do you know when you can look at the 15-minute? You don't. You just have to look at the opportunity. You know, you just have to look at the opportunity. You never know when you should look at this or that. There's no hard and fast rule. That's why I always say whenever you miss a trade, look to see how could you have entered a trade? How could you have seen that trade? You know, this buy over here, this was caught right here first thing in the morning when we came to the stream. Now it's continuing bullish. Continuing on above 135.950. Is it important for candles to close above below wicks for body? Yes. You know, when price is trending, it's going to make higher highs and higher lows. So it's really important for candles to, like, you know, close above or close below the lows or the highs. Yeah, I think it was a really good day today. and your JPY is continuing moving bullish. It's approaching that area there. I think your USD we were looking at earlier, Euro USD, I think it should also, oh wow, look at that. Euro USD is continuing the bullish momentum here. The 30-minute candle formed like a support, and now it's trying to continue moving up in the NY session. When you enter the trade and you go negative, why can't you just wait for price to go back up if most of the time price goes back to a certain area? Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, there's that tiny chance that price may stop me out, and I would feel really bad if I let price stop me out at what I planned for price to stop me out. I always want price to stop me out in what I planned less, because think about it, like when we are new traders, we know exactly how much we want to lose in a day, right? But we end up losing more in a day because like we have confidence issues, or we can't manage emotions or money or whatever the case may be. But when you start getting good, I think it's really good to really look at things in a way that, okay, maybe if I'm risking $1,000 today, how can I lose less than $1,000? Like even though you're coming to the charts knowing how much you're going to risk for the day. So now, and previously you were losing more than you planned. So if you're getting good, why not lose less than you planned, right? Why not always focus on losing less than you planned? Because now when you start focusing on losing less, man, your profits, they start to look bigger and bigger, because you're not making more money. You're winning the same amount of trades, but you're really, really lowering down your losses. So your wins to start to look bigger. It's like a big man, small man syndrome. Like how small people, they have big mouths, they want to talk and talk and talk and talk, and they want to like flail their arms around. But big people, they're bigger, they know they can do a lot of things, so they don't talk a lot. They just chill. So we should focus on is not losing money. Yes, you should focus on not losing money. Gold's taking the piss. Yeah, I think so. Gold's very likely to do that. Oh, wow, look at that rejection. Damn. Straight reject. Wow, look at that. Gold is a smooth criminal. How about if you don't apply a stop loss? Then you wouldn't just always be gaining, winning, continue from price coming back from... no, that's not even a valid argument here. Don't use a stop loss. I mean, there's always stop. Most of the times, I use my magic keys here to close my entries. Full close. So even sometimes, I don't have a visible stop. It's always here, full close. And that's why I'm always looking at when price is coming down to my entry. Comes down to my entry, boom, I hit close half. Or if it comes down to my stop close to that, boom, close half or close full sometimes. Hi everyone, can you please show me how do you mark up your chart? Well, the chart is marked up right here in front of you, my friend. And looks like there was no retest on GJ here after 135.950. There was absolutely no retest. Just continued on. I think the only maybe a confirmation you would have got was right over here in this consolidation, and after that, no retest at all, mate. Just straight up. Feeling good, like I should. Uncle Ted, Phil Ivey or Durr in cash game? Wear a blindfold and pray. Oh. Can I ask why you open 2-3 position instead of one bigger position? I don't know, it's habit. Do you have the habit of turning your scalping into swings? Yeah. I think if you have a runner running, your runner should be up about 42, 43 pips. That's when your runners keep on running. Sometimes sometimes I leave runners. Most times they end up getting stopped at break even, but sometimes they do end up running, like this one here. Like if you had a runner, this would be up like 40 pips. Like yesterday on gold. Yesterday gold buys, man, they ran completely off. Um, could you talk about how you got confirmation yesterday on your GJ sells, the third trade you took after the stream? Yeah, that was an impulse trade because we were talking about how once price breaks below 136, so you'll have to watch the stream from yesterday when we were talking about if we break below 136, we're coming back down towards 135,800. So once the stream ended, I saw it kind of like form like a strong bearish candle, and in my mind I was like, man, like this is doing exactly what we said in the stream. So I took a sell with a 15 pip stop, and then price just fell. Are you trading gold again? No, I'm just watching gold. I'm not trading gold at all. I found it great putting small wins together in the start builds confidence. And we know how important that is in trading. Yes. People dismiss small wins, but they are more important than money. That is absolutely true. Man, you couldn't have said this better. Um, the getting small wins is really, really important to build confidence, man. Trust me, if you're getting small wins on like small positions, those small positions are going to become bigger positions one day, and that's something you should look forward to. Man, like I started with 1 lots, 2 lots. I'm doing dropping 20 lots today, and I saw this happening. I knew like if I can grind, 10 lots on like like if I can grind 10 pips, 12 pips on smaller lots, that's gonna one day turn into big lots. And now I can say it's big lots now. Oh wow, look at that. GJ, man, god damn. Please tell me someone's holding a runner right now. If someone's holding a runner, man, so beautiful. 50 pip move. Jesus. Oh, Mac is holding a runner. Very nice. So beautiful. No sells at all. Oh, your USD also shot up. Wow, man, things are just playing perfect. Oh, we got Kervin Jr. in the house. Hey,
Hey man, how are you?
Kervin Jr. is in the pilot seat today as an assistant.
Yeah
What?
man.
Why? Why? Oh, what do you mean? Oh, no.
All right, hello.
Hey,
Hey, welcome.
how old is he again? Like 13, right?
14.
Oh,
Oh, Teen, man, he's a big guy right now.
big dude. He had his birthday not that long ago, right?
I don't know about
3
that.
months ago.
Oh, 3 months.
So yeah, I'm aiming for 136 200, and then I'll be closing this runner.
All right. Been a pleasure seeing you guys.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, thank you.
Bye, bye. I'm
All
gonna
right.
be heading out too as well, guys. So be safe. Bye bye.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try to go ahead get
All
a
right.
haircut.
Bye.
All right. Take care.
That's
Take
why I
care.
don't have the camera.
Wow,
That
man.
was a nice move on GJ, Raja.
Yeah.
Nice, man. This thing is running like a
I'm
freight train
about
right now.
to hit
Yeah man.
136 200. I'm
Wow.
so happy.
50
Yeah.
pips.
Yeah man.
Yeah, about to hit
Damn.
136 200.
hmm Hopefully, yeah. I mean, my first take profit was 136 on 100.
Say hi to the camera.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm closing right now. All right, bye, guys.
Okay, Mark.
Take care.
Raja, do you think we have a huge chance to break that resistance, the previous resistance, 136 400s? Because I mean, the way the candles are printing right now, it looks like there's a lot of volume on the market, and since JPY it's close, there will be kind of cleaner moves to the upside. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is a very, very strong area, 136 200.
hmm
Yeah, that's a very strong area. I mean, my entire analysis was till 136 100, but now it's reaching 136 300, where we couldn't break above on the 21st, and then later on in NY and London.
hmm
After that, I have no analysis. I mean, if it breaks here today, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, I took the first buy with you, and I closed 135 850. But
Yeah.
man, I see the 5 minute time frames and the 15 minute creating some sort of support. So man, I said, well, you know, I will consider the move to the downside as a liquidity grab.
Yeah.
Be surprised with the massive rejection at 135 300 if
Yeah,
we head to 137 today.
yeah.
Oh, 136 or 135?
137.
137. Yeah, that's
137.
yeah, that's the thing. The way the volume is hitting right now, the market, I see this heavy move to the upside. Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
because right now, once we pass 136 400, we've got basically a clean move up to 137. So
Yeah.
I mean, I took the buys at the last 15-minute candle because I arrived late to the stream, but I'm okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you enter around 136 flat, somewhere there.
Yeah, 136.40,
Okay, perfect.
136.04.
04. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was easy because I mean the 15-minute pushed up, and then this next 15 minutes, I mean the entry was easy
Yeah.
off the 5-minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No retrace given.
Yeah, so I just worked off the 5 minutes. So there was a 5-minute candle that popped up, and then the next 5-minute candle pulled back a bit. I put a order right above the previous 5-minute candle. So you can see here,
Uh,
this.
and that's the thing. By that time, Ted, where was your stop loss when you place that order right there?
Well,
It's below the previous 5 minute. So
maybe here, if that. I mean, I wasn't looking for it to stop.
oh,
With
okay.
the way the 4-hour candle was printing and the new 1 hour, my stop now is at 136.053. So I've locked in basically 1 pip. But I expect this to run because I'm up 15. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm already 25 pips in profit, but
yeah, we just need to break the 400 level on 136. If we break 136 400, we're off to the races. So
exactly. I was thinking the
I
same.
just hope I don't get stopped out before that because it could pull all the way back and do something stupid like that.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. Because I mean, this 30-minute candle is gonna close really nice. So I hope we don't have another pullback.
Yeah, we're just approaching a zone on the 30-minute, which I don't like. That's the only problem. So I want to see how deep that pullback's going to be. I assume that it should be up. It shouldn't be that bad, but I mean, we'll see. I traded gold last night, and I did my trades with gold. So I mean, today's trade is more of let's see if I can get a big runner going. That's why my stop is only 1 pip. Like I've just moved it like 1 pip into profit because I don't care about this trade in terms of generating profit. I just want to see if it can go to 137. Like I want to see if I can catch this move. So I've just moved my stop to 1 pip to protect against the loss, but I'm not looking to take profit until 137. So it's either going to go to 137 or it's going to go to 136.053.
Yeah. And last night was funny because I mean I wasn't paying attention to the chart, so basically, and I saw this move on gold, heavy move, and after that, you saying in 1 minute you make
Yeah, 1 minute it moved like 30 pips, 20 pips, and then another minute
yeah.
later it moved another 40. So I mean, it was a good night.
Wow, man.
But we talked about it yesterday on the stream too. When we got to 1836, Rakeel actually said that too. That we would probably be breaking through, and it would be we said that it would probably spike through pretty fast, and it actually did up to like 1860. But now obviously we're going to get a pullback for a couple of days, and it'll do what it does. Yeah, Euro USD. Everyone was talking about that going bearish. I never really saw it going bearish, to be honest. If you look at the monthly candles, the way that it was printing, it was going to fill that monthly wick first, and then now it's just taken off with the stimulus package that they've presented.
Euro USD. Yeah. Continue going up. I think your JPY also continued up here.
Yeah, Euro JPY. Well, Euro JPY was a little bit easier to figure out because there's a on the daily with Euro JPY. I was talking to a couple people about that trade. On the daily, there's two clean candles that went above 122,727. And once we broke 122,727, those were going to get filled, or the inverse operation was going to happen on the daily. There, you can see them. They're back on June 2nd and around June 2nd and June 7th. So this section over here. So I told a couple people that were watching Euro JPY that if this area here breaks, expect us to have a nice clean move up. From those candles, because you can see essentially that means that there was heavy volume in that candle, and then all basically what happened is it turned out over to here. That's the thing, when you look at those opportunities, that's where there's easy money, because now as we approach here, you might find that there might be a little bit rejection, but your easy money was all right in that area here, in this area here. It was all easy money, and what compounded that was we had rejection over here. So there was no bearish movement with Euro JPY. It was just a clean bull move up, and once we got that information, you could see to the left it was clean on the daily. That was a huge move if you were trading Euro JPY. So I think if you were in Euro JPY, that was easy moves. But this is something that now, that if you didn't take this trade, you look at that and you look to review that on other pairs, like these kind of opportunities. So this is something where, you know, if you're not writing this down, or you want to go watch the replay, like, you know, you mark yourself at 8:30. Ted talked about this concept. Then what you can do is go back and watch the replay and understand, you know, sort of pause it and take a look at the structure of the chart, and then look for similar opportunities that have happened on other charts that you work on. It may not look exactly like this, like you might not get exactly this sort of idea, but there might be something similar. You might have something that looks like this, and then it looks like this. So you can see that the bodies of those candles are, you know, moving in the opposite direction. But, you know, one can say this is clean traffic because we don't have anything in the middle. So, excuse me, went up and then we went down. So you can see how the candles mirror each other afterwards. So you're looking for those same opportunities at that time. So, you know, take a look at your other pairs that you trade and try and find the same ideas. These are little things that can help you. It's not finding the exact idea, but finding instances where it sort of worked out to be the same. Or, you know, here as an, you know, we can look over here with, let's see.
Wait,
What
what are
we
we
got?
looking at?
I don't know. You can look at anything really. Let's see. GJ. Yeah, so you look at GJ, you can see here as an example, right? Nice clean move. One up, one down, right? So if you were to take a trade, you would say to yourself, hey, if I'm taking buys over here, chances are this section of the chart right over here is probably gonna be a nice easy move once we break up, right? So you can start to do that and start to see opportunities in that respect, to say, hey, you know, if we do move up, that's what we're looking for. So you can find those in most of your charts. Where do you think another possibility entry for GJ is? Well, it'd probably be right over here, but you'd have to figure out where your stop loss is going to be over here, because we did tap into this area here and we're tapping into these areas here. So you have to be aware of that.
How's it not broke past 136 on your chart, but has on mine for the past 17 minutes? Oh yeah, it has broken past 136. What are you talking about? It, it tapped into 136.230.
About to get stopped out. Maybe not.
Oh yeah, it might do like a little bit of a.
A pullback.
Yeah, man.
Man, your JPY, like you're right. On Sunday when I was looking at it too, I was like, yeah, there's a very high chance it's gonna come up there. But the way it did, so clean, didn't expect this clean,
Mhm.
especially to like Wednesday. Beautiful. All right, Sacha, take care, have fun. I'm probably gonna get the package today. Yes.
Mm,
Yeah, packages.
nice. I have an order already.
Oh, okay, it's gonna go through quality test. Nah, it's good.
You guys are right about MT5.
Empty fried?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, MT5, yeah man. I mean, it's like you see the difference, right?
Yeah, just better quality. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, way better. Like in looks as well. In like
Yeah.
execution is super fast too.
It's almost like going to a 4K monitor,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, like you
Yes.
never know. Like you can't appreciate MT5 if you've never switched from MT4.
Exactly. And on the phone, it's a world of a difference too.
Oh yeah. Like
But,
It's just cautious. I'm very cautious with using MT5 mobile. It freezes a lot.
I don't really trade on my phone anyway.
Yeah.
So it's good. But I'm on board with you, Ted. I'm on Trader's Domain.
Nice.
Just spent
Yeah.
like all to do all this.
Yeah, the MT5 on mobile, I don't trust at all. Like I'll look at it to check charts and stuff like that, but man, there's times where it just sits frozen and you're like, oh, this is the price, and then doop, it opens up and you're like, oh, that's not the price at all.
That's mad annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to stay away from trading on my phone.
Yeah.
You're just not like in the element.
hmm Yeah, I'm hoping that we get enough push on the platform so that I can order C-Trader. Right now, there's not much. There's been like maybe a handful of people that have asked for C-Trader, but I think C-Trader will be a game changer for my platform if we do it.
You like C Trader?
It's just a little bit cleaner, and people seem to think that it's because it can't be manipulated. It's safer. So I mean,
market
I'm
makers
fine.
can't see your stops on C-Trader.
Yeah, like I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm all for like whatever people feel comfortable doing. Like that's the whole point of running a platform is you want people to be as comfortable as they can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it doesn't affect me either way.
Is it like a
Yeah.
license? Like you'll have to
Yeah.
get? Oh,
Yeah, I have to get a license. Yeah.
Wow. Rakeel, you were saying it's like being in a rocket ship?
yeah, it's like being in a rocket ship. Yeah, I've tried C-Trader. To me, it was like a little bit overwhelming because there are like a lot of tools at your disposal, and just like MetaTrader, it has a little bit of a learning curve.
Yeah.
TD's Thinkorswim for stocks and Forex. You can actually trade Forex on there too, but it's the same way. It's very intricate, a lot of different options and settings and all that.
Oh yeah, TD Ameritrade. I had that
MT,
platform as well.
MT4 and MT5 are a little bit more simple.
I just got stopped out. Blah blah. Now it's gonna rip up again.
Type in Thinkorswim. Yeah, one of those black screens is it.
Oh, okay. Okay, this one. Oh, it's that same thing that options lady uses.
Talking options.
Yeah, talking options to give you more options.
Those talking planets.
Yeah, welcome to Talking Options, where you get more options to hedge your money in the correct options. That's how it starts. Every video, that's how it
God.
starts.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You have to admit it's pretty catchy. So
It is very catchy.
I always enjoy listening to the first bit of that.
Yeah.
We're here to give you options to help your options.
To help you out, so you can have more options.
It reminds me of the Tiger King with Carol Baskin. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
So you're saying that's the Carol Baskins of Forex?
Man, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of DMs later because of what I
Oh
just said.
shit! You
Trust.
No,
just
it's
dug
just
a new.
it's just because it has she starts
Yeah.
the opening line with the same thing, so that's what I correlate with. Like
It's hilarious. It's
now,
hilarious.
I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of hate mail come. Jeez,
Yeah. No, you're
I
spot
forget
on.
we're on the radio here.
Yes.
Oh man, we're on the radio here. People are gonna call in, and now I'm gonna get all these fan letters. We heard what you said about her.
We
It's like,
heard
I didn't say anything bad. There's nothing wrong.
We caught you.
Yeah.
Um, who can manipulate? Yeah, no one can manipulate MetaTrader. MetaTrader is, I don't even know. I don't even care if it's manipulated or not. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it can be manipulated.
Well, it's this that argument of the manipulation is always funny because if enough people get manipulated on a platform, nobody's going to want to trade there. So I mean, you're not doing yourself a service. So what are you looking to do? Try and collect, $20,000, $10,000 in a day, and then shut your stuff down? It's way too difficult to manipulate, and sooner or later, the cat would be out of the bag. I mean, you hear what people complain about with various platforms right now. As soon as the news comes in or something freezes, like everyone loses their mind. So imagine if there was blatant manipulation.
Yeah, like I think especially with social media, if you have, let's say, a social broker and you have some issues with that, it spreads like wildfire, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Like, and
jeez.
everyone just starts leaving. Like, okay, withdraw.
Yeah, like I mean, my platform's grown tenfold over the last 2 years, and it still continues to grow because people are like, they read one thing that someone's written, and then they go try it, and they're like, that guy was lying the entire time. There's nothing wrong with anything. So it's rather entertaining because a lot of people have come to me and said, hey, did you read about this review? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's one person that spammed every possible FX message board there is to say that I was bad. He's like, but there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, yeah, I know. There's nothing wrong with the platform. It's been around 3 years now.
Yeah, I think after some major brokers left Canada, I think Trace Domain, it gave options, to people.
Yeah.
Because right now, I think this is the only offshore brokerage that has MT5. Like, no other ones have MT5. Not Yuga's Way, not KOTFX. They're all on MT4.
Mhm.
Do you guys? Thanks, guys. Oh, thank you. Um,
Yeah, and I mean, I've always told everybody too that if you're trading, figure out which platform you like the best for your own trading. Like, don't worry about trying to support me or anything like that. Like, I've never worried about that. It's, what you're comfortable with. Maybe you want to use multiple brokers. Maybe you want to just use one. Like, don't ever think that because you're here, you have to use what we're using. Like, use one that's good for you. I've used I used to use IC markets. I had no problems with them. So.
I'm mastering the yen pairs. That's awesome. Yeah, I guess Gigi's gonna kind of like do a little somersaults maybe in this area before continuing the trajectory. Yeah. Your USD was pretty nice. Like, we called your USD buys, someone sent a chart. We're like, yeah, it makes sense. Your JPY also made sense to continue going up. Just needed some more confirmation here with the 30-minute. Do you know BD Swiss? Yes, BD Swiss is another brokerage. Can you suggest a trusted broker to trade on for Indian? if you are in India, man, you cannot trade from India. Oh, sorry. You can trade, but as far as I know, as far as I've read, I may be wrong, I could be wrong, is that Forex is banned in India. Right? Someone told me it's Forex is banned. Let's ask our dad over here, Google. Is Forex legal in India? For India, trading on pairs rather than defined. Ooh, illegal. Ooh, so you can only trade Forex if the pairs are paired with the Indian rupee. Okay, that could not be that bad, really. And RBI has now recently changed its rules and also allows the currency pairs. Oh, okay, yeah, so you can trade like UJ, and so slowly they're allowing pairs that you can trade. So you can trade INR USD. Okay, okay, okay. So I'd say there's like a gray line if you're in India and trying to trade Forex. Can you look at your New Zealand? Yeah, sure. Let's take a look at your New Zealand. We don't usually do this, but since the day has been ended pretty early today. Oh, your New Zealand is yeah, it's ranging. 4 hours ranging and 1 hour is also ranging, and let's see how big this range is. This is a 36 pip range on Euro New Zealand, but Euro New Zealand pips are worth less as well. It's, support it's creating right here. Raja Deer, what do you think about LMFX? I think I've never used LMFX, so I have no idea. I don't think anything about LMFX. Yeah, I think price is going to do some retracement, and this retracement is going to be like a retracement on the 4 hour, making a top wick. And then you have this structure here. You have this support and then resistance. No, support, resistance, resistance, and price may form support to continue going up. I think that's going to be maybe by London close or whatever. How do you guys calculate your lot sizes? Well, Lewis, you gotta ask yourself that how much are you gonna risk on the specific trade. If that risk is, let's say you're thinking of risking $20, then you're gonna say that, okay, my risk is gonna be $20 for today. How big is my stop loss? How big should my stop loss be? If your stop loss is gonna be 10 pips, then maybe you're gonna use like a 20-cent lot. Or if your stop loss is going to be like 15 pips, then you might want to use like a 15-cent lot or something like that, you know, to make your loss up to like $20. So that's how you're calculating lot sizes. But if you have magic keys, I have magic keys, so magic keys just calculates lot sizes, you know, for me. You can also do that online as well. There's some tools. Let's see here. So CAD CPI came here like in half an hour ago. CAD CPI was good. Oh, it's pretty good. Did it continue moving down? USD CAD? No, not really. Nothing. It's still ranging. Still ranging. News came good and still ranging. I thought CPI was I think it was already priced in because you saw this big movement coming down, you know, all the way from London. So I would say it was priced in. What was the numbers? Were they expecting good numbers? Yeah, they were expecting good numbers. Came super good numbers. So I'd probably say it was priced in. I'm using Uncle Ted's brokers and it's pretty good so far. Oh, nice. Where do you think gold will range? I think gold is ranging right now. I mean, it's dropping below, 1854, but gold is extremely difficult to analyze right now. You have this 30-minute candle that's about to close, but it's at the support level. You look at the 1 hour is also at that support level, it's about to close. You look at the 4 hour, let's take a look at the 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour is just ranging here. We're not sure if it's rejecting up there or what's going on. So we're just ranging right now. It's a pretty big range too, 57 pips. I am an American. Perfect. Yeah, so let's take a look at this chart. Why do people send random comments? Breakout or fake? Breakout or fake out? I think this was just an impulsive move up. This move up was an impulsive move. I think what you may want to look for is you might want to look for a candle closing in your direction before anticipating price to continue moving up towards 136,300, or if you see a support forming, then there could be a chance price may continue going up. It's kind of like the same thing happened on your JPY here, right? When this candle was kind of like dropping down, someone sent a chart that they're trying to sell, but then we kind of like maybe influenced them not to take a sell and wait for a candle closing bullish. So it was anticipated price may form support, somewhere down over here, but this candle closed like a doji, and then you had a bullish candle giving confirmations we may continue going up. So now you just have to wait. So maybe you get a bullish candle and after that price continues to go up, or you may have to wait like a couple more hours for price to consolidate in this area, form support and then go up, or even like break below 135,950 and continue down. So what we all can do is just wait. That's the only thing we can do. Just wait. Where did you learn from your price action analysis? Just watching the charts. Just gotta watch, sit there and watch charts, ask why. Why are they happening? Why are they happening? Join the group, join the Ted's group. And once you have people on the same level, on the same frequency, man, your learning just goes through the roof. Like the trajectory, the momentum you build in learning, it just goes really fast. Like you stop wasting time. You stop wasting time on like dumb stuff. Wasting time on dumb stuff is like, oh, I'm gonna watch these 4 pairs and then I'm gonna decide which one I want to work with. I mean, that's just wasting time. Just choose one pair and just go with it. That's it. Ted's group, yeah, Ted's group is it's on lockdown. Oh wow, yeah, just DM Uncle Ted about it. I sure didn't even mention it.
No. I do not do mentorship anymore. That's why I come here. All my students I take care of, but no new students. I'm Drake. No new friends.
No new friend.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, your JPY is going deep in that zone now. Damn. Look at that. Going deep in that area. See, if this was 4 years ago, I would be selling at this point. And I remember this one time, me and Cabin, if you guys remember Cabin from Thailand, me and Cabin, we saw this New Zealand CAD coming up in these wicks. We're like, boy, oh boy, this is going to be an amazing sell. And we took sells. And man, let me tell you, that thing, it ran up 50 pips over the next 2 days after that. And we were like, oh my God, what's going on over here? And after that day, I decided I'm never going to sell if there are wicks to the left. I don't care. If candle's moving up, it's moving up. And look at that. Now some people are in sells. They might call this a stop hunt. But people who are in buys from down here, they're like, come on, EJ, keep on running up. Trading the trend. So there's a big difference between a stop hunt is basically an excuse for a person of losing a trade. Like when you lose a trade, you're like, oh yeah, it was a stop hunt. But you don't accept that you were in a bad trade. It looks like this thing is also reversing now. Oh wow, look at that. 15-minute has broken the high of the previous 15-minute candle. Are we gonna go to 136,300 now? Will this happen in the last 5 minutes of this 4-hour candle? Can that be achieved? Probably not. Do you ever reward yourself with everything you've achieved over the years? Yes, Ted, tell us. Do you reward yourself? What have you rewarded yourself with recently?
Um, yeah, I've done a lot of things. I mean, I've bought a few properties, bought a couple more cars. I learned my mistake like 3 years ago talking about what I do online, because I figured now it doesn't matter what you do. People don't celebrate success anymore online. They just get angry at it because they're not successful. It's a different generation, so a lot of stuff that I do now is private. I live a very good life. I encourage others to live a good life as well. It's unfortunate that this generation that's coming up right now really gets jealous because somebody else is doing better, instead of saying, hey, is there a way that you can show me how I can achieve in my world? And it's really, really unfortunate. I didn't grow up with that attitude at all. Like, I always looked at people that were successful and was like, man, that's great. Like, they're going to have a good life. I didn't worry that they weren't making my life better. I was happy that they did their thing. I mean, but now it just seems like everybody online, or, whenever they're not having a good day, they just think they can just message you randomly or send messages to others, and then when you confront them, they hide, and then they start making excuses on why they don't want to talk to you, why they don't want to see you in person. And it's like, man, you got so many issues with people. Why wouldn't you want to talk to them in person? You got such a big voice online. It's easy, just pull up to like a coffee shop or a restaurant and sit down and be like, hey, like you got a lot. I got a lot of problems with you. It's like, I don't know why people want to do that, but it's just rather interesting. I talked to a gentleman last night. And he's like, I want to see everything that you do. I'm like, yeah, come on by. Oh, I'm not driving. It's too long. All right, cool. What am I supposed to say? You asked to see the man, and I say sure, and then you're like, no, I don't want to do that. It's like, what were you expecting me to hide? He's like, I'm not coming alone. I'm like, you can bring 30 people. I don't care. You guys you're not intimidating me by bringing a whole crew to visit me. Like, let's put it that way. Like, I've never been worried about that.
He's not coming alone. Like, what are you gonna jump him?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, really? I'm an adult. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, this is some gangland warfare all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's a weird time that we live in. I think this may sound mean, but I think it's straight facts. I think social media has given voices to people who should not have voices. This is
Yes.
this is why, like, in the old time, like the Romans and all these like big empires, they got to where they were because people who should have voices, they had voices, and they controlled stuff. They made sure everything was in line. And now you have a platform where everybody has a voice, so now you're like actually listening to what they're saying, and just like, man, wow, like you seriously have the potential to have a voice here. That's just so dangerous.
Yeah, I just and it's always, I always try and understand that what would be the benefit. Like, there's been people, it's funny, I've been in parking lots, I've been in like stores, and people recognize me. I always stop to talk to people. You want to take a picture? Sure, take a picture. I mean, I don't think of myself as some celebrity. I'm just some random guy on social media that, if you're into FX, you probably know me. But I mean, other than that, I have no value. I mean, it's not like, I'm some politician or some guy in movies, right? So, I mean, maybe I'm a celebrity in your little FX IG community, but I mean, that's about it. I'm just a regular person. Like, I need to go to the grocery store to eat, so I go buy groceries. Like, I'm a normal person. But it's just, I think a lot of people have to change their attitude towards why they're doing what they're doing and how they're doing what they're doing, because your effort in trying to poke holes in theories or ideas of what people are doing is such a wasted effort. There was a guy that was saying that Raja holds floating losses and never closes his positions, and it's like, that's absolutely ludicrous. Like, how long are you going to hold positions for, and why are you holding those positions to begin with when we talk about closing positions and capital preservation every day? But it's just, people don't like the fact that someone has come from essentially nothing and now has built an empire and is succeeding based on how they're able to do their own thing. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I applaud people like Rakeel who built and paved their own way, because that means everybody else after him can build their own journey and can be just as successful doing the thing that they know how to do the best. It's a perfect example. I taught Rakeel how to trade. Rakeel flipped it upside down and did something totally brand new, helped himself, took little ideas and built a whole new platform on his own. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't make me feel angry. It's great, because what it shows that if you take enough initiative and you actually put in the work, you're going to get to where you need to be. And it's not just a one-hit wonder. It's not just one person winning. Now there's several people winning, and there'll be more people winning. So it gives you confidence that, you're on the right path as well as you start. If you're a month in, a year in, 2 years in, like, you got a long time, but you'll get there because someone else got there already. And that's how you have to look at life, is there's going to be hundreds of people before you and hundreds of people after you. So don't really worry too much about it.
Yeah, whenever something bad happens to me, I'm like, well, this happened to thousands of people before me, and it will happen to thousands of people after me. So I kind of like find some sort of a compassion there. I'm like, okay, perfect. It's okay. Let's pull through it. Yeah, I think Gigi is just gonna range over here now, a little bit. Ooh, so bright.
4 hour GG close, beautiful.
And you see the screen, so bright. Damn. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Oh yeah, 4 hour close bullish. Let's remove all this. 4 hour looks like it closed in a way where it should be creating a lower wick to continue going bullish.
Yes.
That's what it closed like. And look, oh wow, look at that. This 4 hour matches up with the 1 hour here. Oh wow, see, magic.
Close. Something like this. And from here. Yes. Let's see if I can trust.
Take a look at the 8 hour. I don't have the 8 hour.
Inspect this area right here, and boom, outside this range.
That's
The
it.
the next 4 hours should
That's
be
a nice
something
idea.
like that. Yeah.
Just like when I take a loss and Roger takes the same loss, I feel better. Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Oh,
That actually does happen to a lot of people, Use dark reader. No, I like the bright screen because then it looks my face look bright. My face looks brighter. I can see myself on the 4K monitor, and it just looks so clean. Man, 4K. Like like when you take a picture from your phone, you look really ugly. But when someone takes a picture from their PD900 super camera, it's like an amazing picture, right? It's the same thing on 4K. Like you look at yourself on 4K, you're like, wow, man, this is so nice.
I wonder what's coming next. You know?
They have 5K, they have 8K.
Well, the 8K TV is nice.
Yeah.
I'm ordering one of those. There's the Samsung 8K QLED or something like that. It's nice. Like that TV, I was like, wow. The picture on that when I was at Best Buy, I was like, ooh.
How big is it?
I mean,
85?
85, yeah.
Damn, look at that. Samsung even has an ad for this.
god damn.
14 grand. Damn.
God shit.
$14,000 out of stock, man.
No.
Wow. Holy. $7,000.
Yeah, it's like buying a car.
Yeah, I
I don't do anything else in my life other than watch TV. I might as well enjoy it, right?
98
I mean-
inches for $90,000.
Sheesh.
Oh, if you okay, so if you buy with the,
60.
yeah, 60.
Man, look at that monthly payment, fuck.
Wow.
Car payment.
It's more than a it's more than a
Mortgage.
Tesla payment.
Man,
Basically.
Like Mercedes.
screw a
What's
Lambo. I'm gonna get
Doing
that. I'm gonna get that TV. But it's
Oh, 8K.
I was watching some videos. It's like the more you go higher in resolution, it's much more nicer to watch it like on a bigger screen. You know, so 85, 75, man, these things are wow.
The only issue is a lot of the like cable and stuff haven't caught up to 8K yet, so you're not gonna fully be able to use
You know,
that.
I was thinking that because the internet providers, well, I mean the TV providers, I don't think they're ready for that. It's like the internet. If you can get 2 gigabyte internet, but you're gonna need to swap all cables to another kind of cable, like Cat 8, and it's different. It's another level.
Yeah,
But I don't know if the TV providers are ready for that.
Mhm.
Netflix has 4K only because the internet can, like, it can deliver that. 8K is like huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same with YouTube. I mean, you're streaming on high definition on YouTube, but if your internet sucks, I mean, you're not gonna get the 1080p.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, man, this is like 100 grand. But the 55 inches for 2,000. Don't worry.
No.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $2,000, 2,400. Wow, man. If I think 4K is amazing, 8K, damn. You could see the chart like all the way back and see the candles at the same time clearly.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those for Raja
Yeah.
for his housewarming present.
Yeah.
His wife's gonna kill me. She's gonna be like, "What the hell is this? It's like 8K." The other thing was too is because those TVs are getting so big now, I have to order them online because you can't go to the store and buy it because my cars don't fit the boxes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like 82-inch in like a sedan or even like a small truck. No, it's not
No,
coming in there.
you can't. The box is way too big. Like you can't fit it now into an SUV. It doesn't fit. You literally need to what you call it. You have to like have like maybe a Navigator or Escalade to put it in.
Yeah, call Kervin.
Yeah.
Hey, Kervin, need a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, 8K monitors are also pretty expensive. This is 5
Listen
grand.
to that, Ted.
Yeah.
You're gonna see this guy soon with an AK.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get 2 more 4Ks to replace the two regular ones. That's gonna be a gift to myself. When I bought my 65-inch, I had to keep telling Ubers. Oh, I had to keep calling Ubers. All right. Well, I guess this was all for today here. Had a pretty
Yes,
good
sir.
day. Had some buys on GJ and Euro pairs ran well.
Yeah, we have fun.
Yeah, it was a fun time today. Okay. Well, take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay strong.
Enjoy.
Okay. Shukriya. Be good, Raja. Be
Sugar,
good,
yeah.
everybody.
Adios.
Adios. See you. Sayonara.
Take care, gentlemen.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Sayonara, amigo.
Sayonara.